up, guys? John here, Titan Talk Tuesday. You know it's going to be a good Tuesday, man. We got a lot of great information, a lot of great events, a lot of great things coming your way. Plus, new therapies we're going to talk about, a rant I'm going to go on, probably some other things I'm going to cover. I usually don't do, but I want to go over these things today because they're important. So at that point, I hear feedback, and I just want to answer some of the questions that they get put into us. So at that point, I want to go through everything. What's up, guys? How you guys doing today? Oh, man, everybody's getting joined in. I appreciate you guys joining. Thank you. Thank you. Waiting a little bit. I'm going to start going over the events here very shortly. We're going to talk about PT-141, Cupid's candy, that therapy and how it can affect males and females. So I want you guys to listen on that. We're also going to talk about liver care. I hear a lot of different people about liver care, ALT, AST functions. That's your liver functions, your liver enzymes. I see a lot of questions through Dave Palumbo and a couple of different places about what can help them for liver functions. So I'm going to go over some therapies that can help you with liver functions and why it's important to take care of your liver. Because we know, I just got your free shirt. Awesome, Pete. Take a picture and tag us in it, man. So at that point, I'm going to go over some of these therapies for you guys. I'm going to go over libido therapies with you guys. So you guys know libido therapies and all kinds of good stuff.
Already got comments too.
So, all right. So, yeah. So liver, obviously the liver is important. You only have one liver, okay? I'll go over the importance of it here in a second. All right. And then our evolution challenge. Our evolution challenge is coming very, very shortly, guys. It's going to be for thousands of dollars in cash and prizes. We're going to be giving away to our best person in evolution. And they're not transformation, but their evolvement, okay? Because they're going to evolve. So I can't wait to go over that. So let's get started, guys. What we got going on? What's up, Craig? How you doing, man? All right, so let's go over the events, guys. What do we have coming up in events? So we got our girl, Stacy Messina. Fanny Pack Stacy, she's out of UFIT today, representing Jacksonville. It's my girl. She's kicking butt out there. She's spreading the Titan good word, giving away free Titan apparel out there, signing people up and answering their questions. So if you guys are out in Jacksonville, look for my girl, Stacy Messina. She'll be out there hooking you guys up. What up? How you doing, Pat? My man. So, all right, what we do at Titan Medical Center, because we get this question literally every time we go live, or I get it all the time in the inbox. We've been in business and medical practice for almost 7 years now. 7 years. So what do we do here? Nationwide, this is what we do. We do blood testing for all different kinds of blood testing. Your primary care, OBGYN, urologist, or endocrinologist may not be running on you. All right? We also do medical weight loss, vitamin amino acid injectable therapies, hormone replacement therapy for males and females, and I'll get into some of that later. We do libido enhancers, which we're going to go over most of the libido enhancers today, and also the Cupid's candy and PT-141. So if you guys are looking for libido enhancers for yourself or for your partner, this is definitely going to be the way to go. It's tested and tried through some of the staff members here and some patients, and they are loving it. I can't believe it, honestly. We've got such a big call on this Cupid's candy. It's been ridiculous. I didn't think it was going to do as good as it did, and it's been really kicking butt. So let's talk about the events. Told you Stacy's out in Jacksonville, rocking and rolling. She's across clubs all across Jacksonville. So if you're in Florida, do it. What up, Northern Camera, my man? All right, the next one. The next big Titan event, I would say, we've got a couple big ones in the community coming up. We'll be at some other clubs and stuff like that. But the next one we've got the posing clinic. We've got the posing clinic at Gold's Gym Largo between 12 and 2 p.m. I'm going to be there. We're going to give some Titan gear away, some swag. Ian Harrison, who's the man and running up the USA PCA, he's going to be there in person. This guy's a former IFBB pro. Or there's IFBB pro. He's been on the stage with a lot of the big greats, like Dorian Yates and a lot of these other guys that you guys remember from the golden years, is what I like to call it, the better years of bodybuilding. So he's really, really educated. He's been through a lot. He knows a lot. So you come there, and he's probably going to teach you something you didn't know, or you can refine on something you didn't know. And I'll be there be glad to help him out and stuff like that. Talk about how Titan can help you and give away some free stuff. Our event, talking about the PCA. Titan Classic. Boom. That just looks nice, right? Titan Classic. Looks really, really upscale. I love it. The event's going to be very, very nice, upscale. It's going to be at a real showy venue here in St. Petersburg. So if you're in the area, April 7th, we're going to be at the PCA. So also for April 7th, we just signed the contract, or we will today. I just got it. We were going to be the media sponsors for the Festival of Speed, and that's also going to be on April 7th. And it's also going to be, right, at Benoit Park in St. Pete. So we're going to have two huge events going on April 7th. One is going to be the PCA, right, the Titan Classic. Couldn't better name than that. And the next one's going to be the Festival of Speed, and that'll be both in St. Petersburg. I'm going to be at both events. I'm going to spend a lot of time in the PCA one, but I will be over at the Festival of Speed at the media sponsorship tent, which is Titan Medical Center. You guys can come out and check out all the kick butt rides. It's going to be some really, really exotics out there. So I'm looking forward to it. It should be a nice day out in the sun. Guys, pump in your questions. I'll answer them at the end, all right? So I'm seeing some of them come up. So pump out your questions, and I promise I'll get to them. All right, let me switch over here. Oh, gotta go back. All right, let me go down. All right, so let's get into some of the other things. All right, so we did that. We've got Iron Bay Classic, we're top head sponsor of. We've got a lot of different shows that are coming up. We're going to put them in our newsletter, so if you're not subscribed to our newsletter, just text us into the line, and we'll be happy to send you a subscription of how to get on the newsletter. Or you can text Titan Medical to 22828. If you want to be on the newsletter, you want to get all the information that Titan has as far as our events, new therapies, apparel, or my book, anything else, Titan, go there, text 22828, Titan Medical, all right? So you guys got that. All right, so we've went over some of the events. We've got a lot of huge events coming up, so stay tuned. Every Titan Talk Tuesday, I'll go over them, brief you on them. So let's get into some good stuff, guys. Let's get into libido enhancers, right? Let's go over that. So libido enhancers. So we know February, Valentine's Day is here. That's like the lovey-dovey, like Hallmark holiday. You know, girls are expecting roses, candy. If they're a competitor or they don't like candy, like chocolate. Like Sharice doesn't like chocolate. When I met her, she told me that. She's like, I don't like chocolate. I go, are you on a diet? She goes, no, I'm not on a diet. I just don't like chocolate. I don't like the smell of it. I don't like the taste of it. I'm like, get out of here. I'm thinking in my head, right? I'm going to be the one to change this girl's mind about chocolate, right? Because maybe she had a bad experience with chocolate or whatever it is. So literally, man, I tried to like get her to eat a piece of chocolate, brownie, Godiva. She just, dude, she like literally gags. I don't know if you've ever seen that, but so no chocolate. But it was a benefit to me because I love chocolate, so it was just more chocolate for me. But what else? What else on Valentine's Day is special? So you guys want to have dinner, a nice romantic evening. Usually, ladies like maybe some flower petals, maybe some champagne. Who knows, right? But we know this. We know that everybody usually likes a sexual enhancement. Everybody likes to be better and better, please their partner or significant other or whoever they're with. They just want to either feel like the man or girl, or they want to make their partner feel the best they possibly can. I think that's where, our relationship, me and Sharice, we just want to pleasure each other. So it's really, really cool. No selfishness. But to the libido enhancers, there's all kinds of libido enhancers that are prescribed by Titan Medical Center. So let's go over some of these libido enhancers. Well, obviously you have your sildenafil and your tadalifil. So if you don't know what those are the main chemicals for Viagra and Cialis, right? And we have all different kinds of dosages for them, and they're great. They use vasodilation, and they work on the vascular system, and that's how these guys get the erections and great blood flow, right? So these are really, really great things for those things. Now, some side effects for some people. Some people get headaches and stuff like that. I'll tell you a trick that some of our users do get the headache with the Viagra, sildenafil or tadalifil, Viagra, Cialis. They usually take an Advil before or with the therapy or the medication, and then it leaves the headache. So if you are taking that and you are getting a headache, this might help you. It's great libido enhancers as far as males go. The sildenafil even drops the blood to the extremities of the females, so to their lower portion region, and they become more sensitive. So there's some different things that we can mix with that, like oxytocin and stuff like that. They can give them a better effect mentally and physically. So that's huge, right? If you can give your partner that mental or physical just up, it's just more orgasmic, right? It's euphoric. So that's what you want. So those are two options, right? Now, our new Cupid's candy, our PT141. This is a really, really big one. Now, this works for males and females too. There is a difference though. This doesn't work with the vascular system. It works with the nervous system. That means it does not vasodilate and start lowering blood pressure and lowering blood to the extremities. This works through the nervous system as far as increasing libido and drive. So actually wanting the effect, not just having the effect. We get this a lot with guys. So guys, especially older males, they'll get the sildenafil, right? And at that point, they go through the first turn with their partner, and usually it might be a younger female or younger male, whatever it may be. And at that point, they go through it, they get done with the first turn. Now, they still have the erection. The drive's kind of gone, and it's more pleasure for the partner at that point, where this will increase that drive all the way through. So not only will you have, hopefully, the erection, but you'll have the drive for that erection to really make it count, right? So you may count 1, 2, maybe 3 times. Just depends on the person, and how much energy you guys got, right? So that's really what it is. So PT141. Now, the Cupid's candy portion of it is mixed with Tadalifil and Oxytocin. So you're getting a combination of the vasodilation. You can mix with that PT141. So you're working both on vascular and the nervous system, both at the same time. And then you're working with oxytocin, which is the chemical compound, or chemical hormone is what they say. And at that point, it creates more of a bonding relationship with you and your partner. So not only will the sex be better as far as physical, hopefully mentally it'll be a better thing too for you. So you get both counterparts of really what you want. And that's really what it's about, guys. I think you guys want to feel good and look good at the same time, right? And that's kind of what it is. And usually for females, guys, it's really easy with this. Usually give us sildenafil, or Tadalifil, Viagra, Cialis. We got the erection. We're really just ready to rock and roll, right? For females, it gets them a little bit. It's different females. Females go through different things, so different females have different thoughts. But some females need to get into it mentally before they can get into it physically. Where guys, if we're physically ready, we're mentally ready, man. All the blood goes from this brain down to that brain, and we're ready to rock and roll in that part. So for females, this really lets them open up, and oxytocin lowers inhibitions, so it breaks down some of those barriers of maybe what females wouldn't want to try or wouldn't want to talk about with their partner, or even males too. So at that point, it can work in a lot of different great effects for you. So if you haven't heard about Cupid's candy or PT141, now you have, and it's a peptide. All right, so hey, what's up? I'm dying to know if peptides require PCT like BBC or TP. All right, so let's answer this question. So Dylan Freya says he has a question. The question is, does he need PCT with BPC 157 or TB 500? So if you don't know what PCT is, that means post-cycle therapy, and that usually means for somebody that goes on an anabolic steroid, and then they're coming off, and they need to get on something to make sure that the levels just don't crash. So for the BPC 157 and TB 500, you do not need any sort of post-cycle therapy. They're not androgens. They're healing peptides. They're not going to affect or should not affect the pituitary or anything like that, or any of the hormones. So you should be good with those. I've taken those. A lot of different patients have taken them. It should have no effects as far as that negatively on your hormones. Okay? And you do not need blood work with either one of those therapies. All you need to do is fill out the new patient paperwork. You'll see a medical provider. They're going to go over your new patient paperwork with you. You're going to be able to answer some questions. They're going to give you some answers. You're going to go through all that. At that point, you can basically you can order your therapies. All right. And then I want to bring up this. This is another thing, because I've been seeing it, and I looked at it today, and it just hits me a little bit. Somebody was saying something about pricing. Titan Medical Center pricing. So We are not research chemicals. We don't get research chemicals from China and sell them to patients, right? Everything comes from the pharmacy. Now, when it comes from a U.S. licensed pharmacy, they can't just get research chemicals and get it and put it in a vial and here it is. It has to go through testing, guys. And testing, third-party testing, can be very expensive. And depending on what the compounds are, they can be more expensive. And it's not just a sterility test. It's not just a concentration test. You're talking about endotoxins, and it could be even more testing. So at that point, the price point is going to be a little bit more because, A, I'm not getting it through China and just sending it through you guys to the mail. All right? It has testing that goes along with it. So the price for the pharmacy is a little bit more expensive. I'm sorry, I don't set those prices. That just is what it is. All right, so I want to just accommodate and tell you guys a little bit behind it. So don't be comparing. Another thing, dosages. So I seen another person say, well, I'm getting testosterone, estrogen blocker, HCG, and I'm paying this price. This person at this place said I can get testosterone, HCG, and estrogen blockers at this price, lower. Now, compare the dosages of what you're doing. The way that I like to break this down is this. Let's say you're getting 200 milligrams a week. So it's 200 milligrams per ml in that vial, which is a 10 ml vial. That vial will last you 10 weeks because we know 200 milligrams per 1 ml, and there's 10 mLs in that vial. Now, if you're taking 300 milligrams a week, it's going to go through that 10 ml vial a lot quicker. Half the time, right? So essentially, you are getting more medication in that time period than the 10-week program that was promised to you. So be sure that you're looking apples to apples comparison in everything you're doing, from medication and dosages to blood tests, because that will make a difference in price. Just don't look at the numbers, look at the content and what you're getting. And make sure people are transparent with you. That's one thing I can say. Titan is always going to be with you. It's very transparent. And what we do here are therapies and the pricing. So I want to throw that out there with you guys so you guys know. All right, what do you recommend for an AI with TRT? All right, so what is an AI? So I'll tell people so people know. It's not artificial intelligence. I had somebody tell me that the other day. I don't need artificial intelligence to tell me what I should take with my testosterone. Okay, so aromatase inhibitor, that's what AI stands for. It's an estrogen blocker. So at that point, what's going to happen is we know we're taking exogenous testosterone, and everybody's different. That it's going to aromatize into estrogen or DHT, which is dihydrotestosterone. testosterone. At that point, what's usually recommended for most patients here is anastrozole. The doctor and medical providers usually provide that with the hormone replacement therapy for testosterone with males. Now, there are some other aromatase inhibitors, and there are a couple other patients on some different aromatase inhibitors here. One is letrozole. Letrozole, and if you look at the families, anastrozole, letrozole, they're in the same family. Aromatase inhibitors were actually made for pre and post breast cancer patients, okay? And at that point, those are two commonly used ones. Now, letrozole is a suicide AI. It is going to be a lot harsher in blocking the estrogen. And you don't want to crash your estrogen levels. You don't want estrogen levels too high, and you don't want them too low. The whole point is to get them right in the middle of the range right there. And usually, I think for guys with us, and it's a LabCorp reference range, is between 10 and 20. At that point, it really depends on how the patient feels, you know, because it all comes down to you. We're not treating numbers here. A lot of doctors, they look at a lab, they treat you by numbers. They look, hey, listen, everything's all right. Go ahead. Everything's all right, man. Age, it's just getting to you, man. Go ahead. We'll see you later. So at that point, don't let them do that. They should be treating you as the patient, right? And then looking at the numbers and correlate to come up with a program that's going to work best for you. So the next one after letrozole is aromacin. Aromacin's a big one. It's been a more commonly used one out there. It works good for some patients, and it's kind of expensive. But you know, for me, I did try it, and it didn't. I went back to anastrozole. I've tried anastrozole, I've tried letrozole, and I've tried aromacin. I want to make sure that I want to see I'm on a 300 milligram a week dose. What's this going to do? And I'm very consistent with what I do every day. or weekly. So at that point, I can be very consistent in the results that I'm giving myself or the doctor's seen. And the aromatase just didn't work good for me. It just didn't. Letrozole, I felt like maybe my levels were going too low at some point in times. I was feeling a little bit more dried out than usual. If you are feeling too dried out, it could be the joint areas and they are drying out. So at that point, it's really how you feel, you know, what's going on inside. Blood test. I cannot mention this enough. Blood testing what you guys are doing, man. Don't be stupid. It's like flying blind. It's like drunk driving with a blindfold on. You think you need to go left, you think you need to go right, you're going to slam into a wall and it's not going to be good. So whatever you're doing, if you're going to do it by yourself, you're getting monitored, make sure you're blood testing. You're blood testing for the right blood test and you can see exactly what's going on. And before you start changing things up, make sure you blood test so you know exactly where you're at and where you're going to go. I mean, guys, it's just like circling around a map over and over and over and over. Oh, I'm going to end up here. Really? Come on. So at that point, do it. I think I went over that. All right, I'm looking forward to getting that for my knees. It will definitely work pretty good. You definitely get what you pay for. Craig knows. So with us also, it's concierge medicine. That means you can call, text, email, right? You're always going to get a response. We have medical staff here all the time. I'm here almost every day. Shree's here almost every day. I mean, come on, guys. You guys are getting very, very, very personalized service. You guys are not going to another doctor or not going to another clinic and getting this service. I guarantee it. And if you are, let me know. And I'll do something for you, I promise. But I would like to see it. Because I haven't seen it yet. All right? And I've been, like I said, I can't believe it. What up, Jose? So, Jose Santiago, my man. That dude, him, and my man, Tran, they are heading up the Iron Bay Classic National Qualifier this year, guys. That's huge. My dude's been putting this on first year for National Qualifier. He's got a hero category for first responders and veterans. I mean, come on, man. That's awesome. Very, very cool. He's my dude, my family. I appreciate Jose Santiago like you guys would not believe. So, we're the main title sponsor for that. I know you guys have seen the flyer. I posted it up there. You guys will see it on Facebook. I'll post it on Instagram some more so you guys can see it. But hey, if you guys are in the area and you guys want to do an awesome show, that's going to be an awesome show. That's going to be September. So come join us. I will be there. Shrees will be there. Tightness will be there. My man Jose Santiago will be there. So I can't wait. I had to give him a shout out. I'm sorry, guys. All right. So we went over that. All right. So let's go over liver care. We talk about liver care all the time. Liver care is a big one. So I always get the question, hey, what can I do for my liver? Or somebody brings me their lab work and they're in triple digits. They come in here, I'm like, oh my God, we gotta show this to the doctor. So at that point, we can usually put you on glutathione. So when the liver enzymes go high, essentially those liver enzymes are going high and they're going up and your liver enzymes are dying off, right? So at that point, you don't want them to stay too high. You don't want them to go too high for too long of a period. If they go too high, you get like jaundice. And now your liver is your filter for your body. Everything that's getting processed is getting processed to your liver, right? Orals, all that. Anything intake orally, we're going to get processed to the liver. Growth hormone comes down, it gets converted to the liver. So with your liver getting backed up or those enzymes getting high like that, your liver is not going to work the way it should. Think of a filter that gets backed up and you just keep pouring stuff into it. What happens? It just keeps piling up, right? So think of that as your liver not processing. Now, this is a fact. You will not be able to lose as much weight as you want to with your liver being backed up. It's a fact. It processes fats. There's things that you can do to expedite processing fat to the liver, like MIC, right? Methionine, astatine, and choline. These are great ones to help that. So at that point, when you're looking at these different things, look at how you can help your organs or your natural body work for you better. And this is one way. So think of it as a filter. So make sure your liver functions are always in check. Don't let somebody tell you, hey, because this is another common one. Liver functions, ALT, AST are high. The patient doesn't know why. He goes to the doctor. The doctor says, hey, listen, you just got a fatty liver. Guys, something is making the liver fatty. Whether it's your diet from fatty foods, acetaminophen, alcohol, whatever it may be, there's something. Orally intake. We've seen some of the things come from over-the-counter supplements. Now, some over-the-counter supplements, I won't say all are bad, but there are a lot out there that are horrible for you, and you're processing through your body, and you have no idea the damage that you're doing. So at that point, if you see this, I would start eliminating anything orally you're intaking that could be causing this. Process of elimination, recheck, do the glutathione. Once you know those liver functions are down and perfect, whatever you're doing must be working, right? And at that point, you can get off the glutathione, maybe try to add some of these things back in and retest. Guys, to do a liver function test to us, a CMP, is only $25. I know you guys can afford $25. And check to see where your liver, where your kidneys, electrolytes are at, right? So that's a very simple and easy test.
Did you see the comment by Beth Ann Underwood?
I did not. Logan, I'll get to your question real quick. You caught my attention with the liver comment. I'm on the liver transplant list. Beth, I am sorry to hear that. So, liver functions. For you, on yours, what raised ALT and AST? Do you know what raised your liver functions to make them cause to out of whack like that? Or did they give you, because usually, all right, when your liver is you're gonna be on that transplant list for liver, okay? You're gonna have to go through multiple blood tests of CMP, and it's gonna test ALT and AST of the liver functions. And when you start seeing those numbers, you'll start seeing where they're at. And they'll also do a biopsy of the liver too if it gets that bad. And I don't know if they did for Beth or not. But at that point, they'll really tell you exactly what's going on. But if you're monitoring those ALT, AST, they'd be telling you, hey, listen, your liver functions are in triple digits or they're really, really high. We need a biopsy of the liver. We need to see exactly what's going on. And they should have talked to you about some of these things as far as eliminating orals and stuff like that or seeing where this came from. But glutathione is not used in general practitioners' offices. It's a super antioxidant produced in the liver already. It gets depleted from free radicals, toxins in the environment, sickness, and a lot of other things around us. So supplement in there is going to boost the immune system and help you out in a lot of different ways. So we talked about the liver portion of the glutathione, but boosting the immune system function is a whole different ball game, and it's going to help you day to day, especially if you're around a whole bunch of sick people or you're in an office where your counterparts are sick. You're in small, contained offices. Germs are going to get passed. You possibly might get sick. Your little kid's coming home from school. You have no idea who Johnny or Peter was talking to or getting coughed on or getting their snot wiped on or whatever it may be. And they're bringing home these germs and you're getting sick. And then it's ultimately going to create a domino effect of you not being able to go to work, you not getting paid, office members in your office getting sick. A lot of different things can happen. So, boost the immune system. All right, so Logan, I said you're going to be next, and then I'll take the next question from up there. What's the highest level I have seen for liver functions? Lately, I just seen some guy come back with a 400 on his ALT and a 465 on his AST. Normal ranges are 0 to 40 and 0 to 44. He came back at 400 and 465. That's scary. Now, there are some different things that can happen. One, this guy could be on a whole bunch of different orals and his liver is just getting shot to damn and he's on a limited amount of time. Two, he might have hepatitis. Hepatitis attacks the liver. Now, I've seen out there now they've got cures for hepatitis. It's crazy. Yes, cures for hepatitis is out there. It's nuts. So at that point, there's a lot of great medicines out there, but eventually those might affect the liver too. So you got to watch out what you're taking. I know even people that we're talking about metformin, right? Metformin's like a glucose disposal agent to a degree. It's a lower A1C and it lowers over time. Now, taking too much metformin, right? Because usually the daily dose standard for pre-diabetics is 500 milligrams. And then it goes up to 1,000 to 2,000 for diabetics and whatever the doctor wants to do. That's totally up to the doctor. This is not my prescribing habits. So at that point, if you're taking too much, it can actually damage kidneys. So you're getting rid of one effect to damage the other effect. So at that point, you got to really watch out, and make sure that you're monitoring these things, especially kidneys. I know people say we have 2 kidneys. I know a really good friend of mine, or a good person, he's going through this right now. He's going through a kidney transplant or going to be on the kidney transplant list. And at that point, Dan, you're the man, dude. You've helped a lot of people. I want to give you a shout out on here. So anybody that knows Dan, pray for him. A lot of love for him and his family. We appreciate you and all the information that's out there and you give. And you being the example, telling people, because he had medical experience and he was telling people, listen, I had medical experience and I still got myself in this issue. So please, people, educate yourselves. Go to somebody that's licensed and certified. Just don't go to somebody by the way they look and be like, hey, you look like this. You can get me like this, right? No, don't do that, guys. So we talked about liver care, glutathione straight, we have it. And we have it in Nectar of the Gods. The only difference is glutathione straight has a lot more glutathione per ml than the Nectar of the Gods. And the Nectar of Gods has a lot of different other things in there that can help you day to day. So it really depends on what you're trying to do as a user. All right, so let's talk about the Evolution Challenge. Evolution Challenge. So Evolution Challenge, guys. Evolution Challenge is going to be great. I'm going to give away thousands of dollars in cash and prizes and therapies or blood work or whatever it is. And at that point, we're going to look for the best person in their evolution. So what I mean by that, it's going to hit two different categories. One category are those people that have fell off the bandwagon or fallen off the bandwagon from their New Year's resolution. We want to help you get back and motivated to want to get that summer body because it's right around the corner. These months fly by. And if you're not in Florida, you will have that summer weather here shortly no matter where you're at. So that's one person. The second demographic is the people that have been sticking with it. You guys have been kicking butt. So you guys are probably transforming day by day. So let's really see how much you can evolve. Let's see who gets the best evolution. We're going to do it by pictures, getting submitted weekly. Okay, I've thought about this. I'm going to have two different categories, right? I'm going to have girls and guys. So we're going to pick two different winners from those categories. And at that point, I think it's going to be every patient. If you're a current patient, you order one therapy from us, you're going to be automatically included in the competition to win those prizes and to be a part of it. If you're not, I'm going to charge like $60. I know some of these places charge like $90, $100 to get their challenge. I'm going to do like $60, man. Or you can get on a therapy. And that way, you're putting that money towards something that can help you get the evolution that you want. At that point, you become a patient, and you might love the therapies, and they're going to help you win that money anyway. So you can put it towards that. Or you can just enter in. I don't care. It might be $60 or $90. I don't know yet. I might even do the 90. All right, so let's do it. I want to have my liver tested. You guys service San Diego, California? Miguel, yes, we do. We service the entire United States for blood work. There are a couple states in there where it's tricky, but majority we do San Diego, California, not a problem. If you're wanting to test just the liver, it's under a CMP. So when you call up or text, say, I just want to test my liver. Now, if you want the full panel, which is going to go over liver, kidneys, prostate, electrolytes, cholesterol, full thyroid panel, free and total testosterone, estrogen, progesterone, IGF-1 levels, B12 levels. If you want all those tests, it's only $150. So you can do it for just a CMP, just to check those liver checks. And listen, if you start with a full panel per se, and your liver functions are high, and you go on glutathione, you can retest in 3 to 4 weeks just for the liver panel. Now you know exactly where you're at in all these other tests. You knew that that was the only problem. Now you're going to see if you've corrected that problem. And retest for that, and once it comes back good, you've corrected the problem, you're ready to rock and roll. You're dialed in, your body is processing things like it should, and working at optimal levels to get you the optimal results. Because that's what we're here for, optimal results, man. Optimal results. All right. So I've covered all that, and I'm almost down to my time where I like to get off, but I need to cover a few more things. Me and my friend are joining next week. Love RX Muscle. Jay Rasta, awesome, man. RX Muscle, my man Palumbo, he's a good dude, man. I appreciate it. So listen, call and talk about this. Oh, let me switch back. All right, and let's see. All right. So let's get into my rant.
Okay, hold on. I got something for you.
Please.
Ready? Check out the screen.
All right, I'm looking at the screen. Breaking news. So listen, guys, I don't rant a lot. I don't like it. I like to be positive, but you know, I'm a person like everybody else. I have feelings. And I feel a certain way about certain things, and I see a lot of different things, and I think I've been in this business long enough to be able to talk about it. And I think I was the first clinic ever to have sponsored athletes at a hormone replacement therapy center. And if I'm not, please name the clinic that was before me. And don't name WFN because I'm nothing like them. We are a real medical clinic. So at that point, what have I encountered? I've encountered a lot of great people along the way. You know, sponsored athletes, people that I've helped out along the way. I've encountered a lot of great people. I'm not going to say negative about anyone of any person that's been with Titan. All right? It's just not the way I am. But the rants. So the rant is this. If you want to be a sponsored athlete, and not with Titan, if you want to be a sponsored athlete with any company, whether it's a supplement line, a bikini line, whatever it is, right? There's going to be some sort of agreement between you guys, whether it's contractual, verbal, whatever it is, all right? And I'm more of a by my word type of guy, and that's how I grew up old school. My word is bond. If I say it, no matter if I like it or not, I'm going to follow through with it. It's just the way I am, right? I can't sleep at night if I don't. I don't feel right about it. So, I'm always like that. Now we live in a new day and age where the contracts are a needed play, right? It's black and white. It says the expectations of what I'm going to do, the expectations of what you're going to do, and we follow those on both lines. We stay in bounds. We have a happy relationship, hopefully, and everything goes peachy and cream. It doesn't work out. We're not in a perfect world. Things just don't work out all the time. Now, I talked about it a little bit on Teresa's soapbox last night. Let me go over it with you here. My thing about it is this. If you were going to say something, you were going to do it, right? And that's the way I am. So, if you were going to enter into a contractual agreement with somebody and sign your name, that to me is more than your word. You are signing. You might as well be signing in blood. That's how I feel. I look over every contract. I read over every one. If I have a question about it, I always look and I always ask. I'm not going to assume. I know the expectations there, what I need to do, what they're going to do, and how we're going to follow through with it. And if we do not follow through with each one of our sides, what's going to happen at that point? So if you're going to do this and you want to be a part of some sort of team or organization or business, you need to be able to agree to those terms of whatever you feel comfortable with, follow through with those terms. If those terms are not in your feeling of the future, so let's say you start with a company, you don't like the way things are going, what it is. Go to them and talk to them. Don't assume. Don't make some rash decision. Go to them and talk to them and see what they feel about it. And then maybe you guys can come to an adult conclusion, right? Some people are childish and just it is what it is. I will always be straight up and I'm very straightforward. So at that point, I would expect that. Know something about the company. Know what they do. Know what you want to promote. Don't be a tool or just a promotion. Guys, anything that I've talked to you about or I go over, even Titan, I'm very passionate about. I will tell you straight up, I don't have no problem talking about it. I get on the phone with patients every day. I love what I do. It's awesome. It's very, very cool. So if you got to be forced to do it, it doesn't feel like that. You know, it feels forced. So don't do that. Guys, get in where you guys want to be with. If you guys really want to be a part of it, I've had some people, I'll name them. I've had like people like Cece. I've had people like Chrissy, where they've wanted to be these sponsored athletes. Cece came to the first Titan Net thing. And she was a patient and didn't get it. She wasn't in the first round. She came to the second one. She's in. Love her to death, man. Chrissy's another one. Stacy's kick butt. I mean, there's a lot of different people that follow through and have been there all the way through, and no matter what, and that just is what it is, and they want to be a part of the organization, and it shows. So just don't join or get a sponsored athlete contract and say, I'm a sponsored athlete. What are they sponsoring you with? That's the next thing. So if they are sponsoring you and you're not buying into their sponsorship or ambassador program, so I'll give you a little background if you are ever a Titan athlete or I ever pick you. And I'm very choosy, guys. I just don't take anybody. It is what it is. And if I do, I look into that person and I want to invest in that person. Whether it be helping them with therapies, their competitions, whatever it is. Most of my sponsored athletes have my personal and direct line. They text me directly. I get right back to them. I'll tell them exactly what's up. If they need something, they know they can reach out to me, and they know that I'm going to help them, no matter what. That's what it's about. That's what the Titan family is about. So, my whole thing about this is sponsored athletes. please, guys, if you guys are going to be a sponsored athlete with anybody, make sure you're following up and you are backing and supporting that company, business, supplement, whatever it is. Make sure you're owning up to your contractual agreement. That way you're always in the right. If they ever come back to you sideways, you can say, listen, I've always done it right. Here's my proof, right? And if both of you guys are doing exactly what you guys promised each other, it should be a happy relationship. And I've got some people that have been with me for a long time, 4 or 5 years with no contracts, right? The newer people I've had to put contracts with just because my lawyer's like, hey, listen, from now on, I don't care if you like them or not, they're going on contract. Okay, I'm good. I've been burned the past couple times. It's okay. It's all right. You live and you learn, right? If it don't kill you, you're going to get stronger. You're going to be more powerful in a lot of different ways. So don't let anything ever get you down. All right, so that's my rant, guys. I hope it wasn't too negative. I tried to hit on some points. I want you guys to know, like, hey, listen, if you ever do come to somebody for a sponsorship, like, know something about them. Provide them a value. They're going to try to provide you a value, or you're asking them for something. Make sure, especially posts. Like, posts, like, that's free. Like, you literally go on your page and post. It's done. It's if you really believe in it. That's where the function comes out of the brain. Like, I don't really believe in it. I'm not going to post this, or I don't want to, and you make up some excuse. So, guys, follow through with it, all right? Now, I am going to be looking for some new Titanettes, and I am signing some new Titan Warriors. I got another guy just signed today, Jonathan Price, JP. He's a general manager running the LA Fitness here in Tampa. My dude, man. Guy's put on some awesome lean mass. He's going to do a competition this year. He came to me and said, hey, listen, do you accept the athletes? I've known this guy for like 5 or 6 years. He helped me in Titan a long time ago. That always comes back. It's good and the bad. So whatever good you do, it's going to come back. Whatever bad you do, it's going to come to light. So guys, try to live your life as righteous as possible and try to make fair but just decisions, all right? So I think that's it, guys. I've went on long and long and long. Reggie, I can't wait for you to start your therapy too, man. So, guys, I think I've went on long enough. It's almost been an hour. It's been 45 minutes. That's 15 minutes longer than I usually do. So, here it comes, guys. Facebook. Keep it locked. You guys, Titan Talk Tuesday, you guys will be on here seeing these awesome graphics. Art is putting up for me in the background and running my show in the background. Thanks, Art. Big ups to him. Instagram. Keep it locked. I love you guys on here. Please. Tag some people at this. Facebook. Share this. And if you got groups, share this into groups, please. You can do that. Right at the bottom, share, and this is group, share it into there, okay? I want my YouTube to blow up. Guys, subscribe to my YouTube, share the YouTube, tell people to go there, and please subscribe. I have all this information there, our injectable therapies, some educational tips for you guys. So go, please check it out, all right, guys? I'm John from Titan. It's been a pleasure, guys, for Titan Talk Tuesday. I'm happy you guys are here supporting us. Thank you, and we will see you next Titan Talk Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.